All right, hello everyone. Welcome. We're getting our players on the way here. Good Friday evening to you. How is everyone doing? I think everyone's about ready to go. Chantress of Numbers versus Rikuplayer should be really good. Get a couple more seconds here. I believe both players are 2-1 in the tournament. So win and you're in. Lose and you're going to have to go into that dreadful play-in race with all the good players. Not myself included. I am 1 win away. I've got to win tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. It's got like a little 10-second countdown here. And we're on the way. Let's see. Right ahead. Both players are live, up and running. I may have to... Figured that was going to happen. And there we go, and they're off. So we had a very exciting match earlier in the day. Kool-Aid coming from behind the Death Mountain after Nurm took a death to Dark Link, but, you know, no big deal because they're both moving on. They both had 3 wins. Kool-Aid moved to 4-0. See a boulder blocked by a cave, a grass tile. So far. And you can see I'm already ahead of the game because we knew that the grass tile contained the flute because I didn't clear that from earlier. And it just so happens it happened again. So early predicting of the future there. No big deal. Magic medicine cave for Enchantress of Numbers. Let's see what Riku does. Finds P-Bag Cave. Enchantress of Numbers gets an early red diary. You don't want to get the diary too far back, though. Get that second guy after you. And there's the second guy. Throwing spears. As Riku takes a death in P-Bag Cave. And Enchantress of Numbers takes a death in Medicine Cave. So, not off to a good start, but there are items on the horizon here. Let's see if either player can get to them. Or if they get wamboozled. EoN's doing a better job of keeping this red Dyra in the front half of the cave, but takes death number 2. Rikuplayer has arrived at the item, and it is the hammer. Hammer in P-Bag Cave. I'm going to get the timer set up in 1 second here. I had to pause the start, so I reset the timer. Let me just mark the hammer here in P-Bag Cave, and the hammer for Rikuplayer. EoN makes a little bit of progress in this medicine cave. As soon as things calm down a little bit, I'll get the things set up. Beeping again. Butter knife. Butter sword. Upgraded that, though. We have attack 2 now for EoN. Riku takes a death in the bubble road tile area, and EoN takes a death before we get to the item in Medicine Cave. That's a costly wamboozle there. Let's see what happens now, what she decides to do. Riku also takes attack 2, and we have a palace. We're not going in for Medicine Cave. She might have ducked in there earlier, and I'm unaware of that. Get your timer up and going here. 3, 2, 1, 3-minute mark. Hopefully the stream didn't go down when I did that. Lots of windows open here. Looks like we're in Heart Container Cave for Riku. EoN's going to try her luck again in Medicine Cave. 1 down. A little bit easier here with attack 2. Meanwhile, Riku's just racking up the items here. Gets the raft in Heart Container Cave. Already has the hammer. Already has the flute. It's got a nice assortment of items to start. And we have one more blue gorilla left. And we finally see what the item is in Medicine Cave. And it's a magic jar. Not terrible. You never know how many the lady in New Kasuto is going to need in whatever item she's holding. We're going to have a little peek at the palace. It's Palace 1. I feel like EoN knew that already, though. Probably ducked in being so close to Medicine Cave. And we're going to go through. 213. Still virtually every item cave on the horizon except for Medicine Cave for her. But she's going to go dipping in here and finds the item room in 1. Just has to get to a key before a key block. Let's see what awaits ourselves to the right here. Well, it's an elevator up, so that's going to present some more options. Either one option where it just brings you to a key, or it's going to shoot you left and another area up, and that's what it did. It's going to shoot her left, so she's going to explore left, looking for a key. Riku is just doing a little bit more exploring in the swamp of the Western continent. And he's going to go down there, and that is Medicine Cave. EoN finds herself a key in this room. Hopefully there's no blue iron knuckle guarding it. There is not. See if the key is an up A, or if we're going to continue on. Takes an unfortunate bop there from the Mace Knocker, whatever the hell the name is. The Gum A. Thanks to Kian is looking for SJP. Riku's going to have a little fun here in Medicine Cave. Key number 2 coming up for Enchantress of Numbers, so guaranteed to at least get through the palace. And therefore picking up extra keys and leaving here with the item. Riku up A's. Doesn't continue on in Medicine Cave. Either up 8 or game overed. Probably game overed. But he is also going to try Palace 1 now. EoN uses 1 key. Let's see what we have here. And it's a key room, so EoN's probably going to grab this key and up A. Or just forget the key and go in a different direction. That's always valid. Riku finds the item room, realizes the item room, and turn around. So both players taking the same path in 1. EoN holding on to her experience. And is going to take the walk back. Has 2 left-hand options here. You can go left there, or you can go down this elevator and go right. That's an option as well. For some reason, I thought that room was on top of the other room from before. Riku's going to grab the ferry and go left here. EoN killed this Knuckle, but then opt to go up the elevator. Riku is going to take this left and go through. Probably going to arrive at the, either a room that needs a key or the key. And here's a key. Well, this is interesting because EoN skipped that key in that room on the floor above in favor of just moving on. Now that key is a necessity if she wants to get to that item. Or have to go back through the whole palace again. Either the room Riku's in now, or the room she was in before. But more importantly, has to get past this blue iron knuckle and doesn't. 1 life left to try it. Riku's got iron knuckle problems of his own. Well, EoN gets through. Sliver of health left. Gotta believe that Horsehead's in the next room, though. Based on all the rooms we've seen so far. And there is SJP. Let's see if EoN can do this without getting hit. There's 2 hits right there. There's 4 in a row. Yeah, well done. And if you don't know, Enchantress of Numbers has done the Attack 1 challenge before. So certainly can fight any boss at any level, but life was the concern there. As she places the first gem of the race in Palace 1. No keys, knows where the item room is, and knows exactly how many rooms she has to go through to get a key. I wonder if she'll be turning right around. And she will be. Or at least stop A and then leave. Okay. So, if she needs to, she'll be back. Again, she's only seen Medicine Cave. There's still everything else out there in the Western continent for her. Riku's going to pick up that key and then go through the dead-end room with the key that EoN turned around in. And see what he decides to do. Grass tile for EoN, which means the flute. So Riku uses a key to potentially get a key, and he's going to go through and grab it. I know I never want to say no to keys in Palace 1, especially early on without Fairy or the Magic Key. So it's P-Bag time now for EoN. P-Bag Cave time. And there's the hammer. Riku's making a long trek back, hanging on to all that experience. I do not blame him one bit. He's going to go down. And question in chat, am I drunk? I'm not exactly sure how to answer that. But good evening, Dig Shake. How are you? Can we get some Dig Shake emotes in chat, please? So Riku takes a game over. He has that key in hand, though. He's probably going to look for this item. He's probably going to go left and down, and then left to get the item. And even if he got through that room, there's still that blue iron knuckle guarding SJP. Straw poll. Everyone go fill out that straw poll as we watch EoN get the first spell of the game. First, we have to pick up the mirror and turn in the mirror. All right, we have an item room with a blue iron knuckle, and we have a spell that EoN's about to get. Let's see which one of the two I miss. Reflex for EoN. And a death for Riku. It's no longer morning, Choke Me, I like it. It's a little bit after 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know if you consider 5 p.m. your time morning, but hello then, good morning. Alright, here's the last of the caves we can get to. Or is this the one with the boulder? I didn't pay attention. Both players do have the hammer. Oh, and it's a 50-point P-Bag. That is like the dig shakiest of dig shaky things to do right there. And if I said this was Trophy Cave, I'm sorry. It's Magic Container Cave. And it looked like that was blocked by a boulder. So did Riku get the item? Because again, I know he took the death, but did he take another death and leave? Because he's back in Medicine Cave. He game over here as well. There's the second cave with a boulder, so there were two of them. Riku's doing a little bit better job this time around in this cave and gets rewarded with a magic container for his efforts. And there's our raft. We already knew that. It was in Heart Container Cave. Oh, that was blocked by a boulder? Okay, so we have not seen Trophy Cave yet. Trophy Cave's not blocked by a boulder. Big Shake doing his best Buzz Thunder impersonation. Thanks for the raft emotes, guys. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the tournament and both players that are putting, you know, giving you their Friday evening to entertain you guys. EoN checks that graveyard tile. It was nothing. Needed to know. We do have a little bit of a virtual spoon going on, though. Riku's going to try. He did take a death here earlier. Perhaps a game over. He's going to try to get through it again. It's just like the worst of the worst encounter ever. I'm so glad I don't see it most of the time. He finds the rear end of Saria. Opts to check that forest tile just in case it is Bagu. It is not. It is a fairy. EoN's going to go backwards through Fairy Cave. And Riku's on the quest to find Bagu. Mito on the other side of Fairy Cave. So both players do have the raft. They have the option of going to the other side. We have not seen Trophy Cave, but I do not believe Rikuplayer has seen the northwestern side of the opening area. Here's our last free spell. Palace 1 is the only palace I've seen so far, and I don't think I've seen Rudo. Riku has found his way to the northwest. He'll pick up the spell in Saria, and we're going to see what the spell in Rauru is. Can we work on the largest, and please collaborate. Can we set the record for the world's largest choke finger pyramid? If you guys can do that for me, that'd be great. See, Riku getting Reflect, and now we know that Trophy Cave has the magic container. So of the items in the continental western continent, grass tile included, flute, hammer, raft, a pea bag, and 2 magic containers. I have money on who's going to mess this one up, but keep going. Riku grabs the pea bag in Magic Container Cave. So Riku's got to get on the other side here. EoN's gaining a plethora of knowledge about the continent, which pretty much is nothing so far. 2 more palaces still out there. I guess there's still Rudo left to find. And, of course, Maze Island. And EoN's going to take a dip. He finds one of the caves with an elevator. Only 2 other caves in this area. And gets the one that steps up. So I think that's enough knowledge to know we're not going to do this right now. Still in the back of her mind, it has to be that item in Palace 1 that she was unable to get due to the placement of the key doors. There's a palace. Let's see what we got. Alan, let them have that one. Let them have that, man. If they think that's a good pyramid, then it's a good pyramid. Who are we to argue? All right, GP is on the west, so 1N Great Palace so far. Still looking for the other palace. Nope, EoN was going to up A, then saw the large 3-digit number for her XP and decided not to. Picks up a little digger, though, so that XP will last a little bit longer. And Riku's going to go back in 1 and try to finish it. Remember, he did game over and leave as the front side of Jump Cave. And there's the backside of Parappa Cave. So there's the raft tile right there. So raft tile is through Fairy Cave. That's right, Riku never finished the palace and he never got the item. This is where he game overed. Well, he game overed 1 in each direction, I believe. There's the backside of Jump Cave. If I'm EoN, I'm not exactly too sure why we're checking caves. There's the front side of Parappa. And maybe we're looking for the other side of Death Mountain to see if the boulder is readily available, because we saw it in the one side, but we couldn't access it without going through a cave. Maybe she's hoping to get lucky, and here it is. The other side of Death Mountain. So we've seen every connector, including both ends of Saria. And look at that. The boulder was in the other side of Death Mountain. And the trophy was in 1. And the medicine's in Death Mountain. So this is pretty good right here. Got a little bit of a divergence between the runners. Riku takes the trophy and runs. EoN has the medicine. Still going to check. Make sure that Hammer Cave is not just readily there. Two more caves left. One more cave left, and you got to expect an up A coming here. Oh, not an up A, I'm sorry. She's going to walk out. She's got over 700 XP. She still has another palace to find. And probably wants to get that attack 4 if she can. So I believe this cave right here leads her out. And it does. And there's the other palace. So this is the last thing we have to find. Actually, I don't know where Rudo is. And I think Mito was early on. EoN walks by that palace, probably looking for the other town, and there it is. And it's Mito. Thought we saw it earlier, but then again, 12 hours ago I did watch another race, and it's fresh on my mind. So I might be making this mistake a few times. Please forgive me. Riku finds the cave to go through. Correct decision here. I don't know if there was any other decision, though. And we're going to see what the spell in Mito is. And it's a pretty good spell. So unless fire turns out to be thunder, the boulder in Death Mountain is required. An absolute advantage of knowledge right now for Enchantress numbers, or advantage in the lack of knowledge. We're finally going to find out what this third palace is. It is Palace 5, because we always know Palace 5 is always on the west. Rez, come on, Rez. Alright, and Riku finds the last of the caves he was missing. Trophy Cave. Now, he has the option of looking in Death Mountain and trying to find the boulder. But he's also got the raft, so it's always a toss-up what people are going to do. His progression right now is not blocked. So what will he wind up doing? And there's EoN's attack 4. It was a long time coming. Only went into 5 just to get a little Shiner CCC action right there. Only went into 5 to get that XP. Gets the XP. And then leaves. And we know the raft tile is on this side of the continent. So takes 1 up A in the palace and walks out. Riku does figure out that is 5, and he might be gone to the eastern continent as soon as he finds the raft tile. Well, here you go. He just happens upon Death Mountain and the boulder right there, so he's going to be picking up the means to get Thunder now. So any advantage EoN might have had there is now long gone. And there's our first look at the eastern continent. Dig Shake Desert awaits us. And what do we have here? We have a pass-through cave. So either cave or desert. EoN's going to take desert. Dig Shake Desert is looking a little crooked this morning. Little off to one side. EoN has no fear. Just going to go right through. Cares about the coffee grinders in the midair. You know, no big deal. Things flying at you. There's a town on the other side. We got to get through this. And Riku gets wamboozled there. Can I get your Norman Chad emotes in chat, please? Pay your respects to Riku. Darunia, we don't have the kid, so we got to get out of here. Finding a pass-through cave. We do have the flute. We have that option, but we haven't seen what's north and east of here, so we'll probably explore that first. Pick up some pea bags. Nice 600 experience point forest tile. I'm going to grab life 4. And magic 3 with that 1 encounter. Remember your pea bags, kids. Could help you out a little bit. Alright, there's one of the 2 on the continental eastern continent. One of the 2 palaces. Of course, the other ones being on the Valley of Death and Maze Island. And it is 2. EoN does not have the glove, magic key, or fairy, so he's going to opt not to do it. 0 keys also. Or, going to go back in after checking that cave. Good choice, because that cave could have been a P-Bag cave, and she could have got the magic key. And it would have made this a lot easier, but nope. No magic key. 2 small enemies means there's no door there. But there is a door in this area. She recognizes that and she leaves. We're back in 1, I believe, for Riku. Just iron knuckles all over the place here, blocking everything. Remember, there's no way right now to have downstab. Alright, Riku finally got through. But watch this now. This is the total gatekeeper of the palace. Blue Iron Knuckle directly before SJP. And we can get to the item in 2. So EoN has to get a key here. But remember, EoN also found the item room in 1, but walked out of a key room, much like this in Palace 1, opting not to get it. And it turned out, because of that decision, couldn't go back to get the item in the end. But just like in Palace 1, we have a nice Doom Rattle, Gum A, Blue Nut Knuckle combination guarding something. Riku 7 cycles that key, takes down SJP, not in that order, and we're tied up, gem apiece. Castable Thunder. Alright, we're grabbing the key. I wonder if EoN's going to go right to that item. So I believe Riku has the full knowledge of the Western continent right now. And may consider making a play for this, well, he's got to go back through Fairy Cave to get to the raft tile. Those boots in 2 are going to help EoN tremendously, because it looks like the raft location of the Eastern continent has some water you can walk around. Nevertheless, we're going back into 2. Gonna go a different direction. Gonna go right and see if we can get the helmet head. Always disappointing when you beat Iron Knuckles, Blue Iron Knuckles early, and they're very low XP. 70. And even more disappointing when you beat the Blue Iron Knuckle and then you just walk right into a fire and take a death. Well, good news is EoN's going to pick up a key here. The time is now like 8:42 p.m. Friday evening, no month, 1999. All right, both players have Reflex and Thunder. So all these strings of rooms going right, it doesn't really paint a good picture. Except, yep, no, dead end. Fooled me there a little bit. EoN will grab this key. Wonder if there's a good enemy here to get the level. Well, if this guy's worth 100. I don't know if I've seen an orange nut knuckle. I guess, well, EoN has and decides to leave. Decides to leave. And leave she does. Let's look around the Eastern continent a little bit more. Come back to 2. She probably thinks that if she keeps continues on there, she's going to arrive glove blocked anyway, so why take all that time now? I think Riku is looking for Rudo. And I can honestly say I don't know if I've seen it. But there's Great Palace, and there is a perfectly sized Maze Island. I was pretty much 3 feet from where I am right now, Dick Shake, on the New Year's Eve 1999. Except there was like a black light in my room and a couple Spice Girl posters on my wall. Maybe Jewel and Alanis Morissette too. I don't know. I was really big into the music poster room decoration thing. Palace 9 for EoN on Maze Island. Gonna go item hunting here. Still need the glove. So Riku is really trying his best to find Rudo and turn in the spell item. And those professional players of this game are probably scratching their heads asking why. He's already got Reflex. He's already got Thunder. What exactly is he looking for? Well, I mean, I kind of agree, kind of support what Riku's doing. Meanwhile, on Maze Island, Enchantress of Numbers gets the key. Although, you know, Riku turning in this spell for Fairy or Jump to get him down stab, it's not the worst thing in the world. Choke, I don't know if your wife is in my chat, but you can post that on Discord. She's probably in my Discord. There's a second item from Maze Island. And it is the heart. Very fitting, since Choke Me I Like It just opened up with an emotional speech in chat. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I apologize. I cannot read all the stuff he said. Very sappy. So with the items on Maze Island found, EoN's going to dip into Palace 9 and find out it is Palace 6. So 6 is on Maze Island. Still leaves 3 and 4 to be found. One of them is going to be on the Eastern Continent. The other one's going to be on the Valley of Death. It's an unfortunate situation there in between two Doom Knockers. A little bit too advanced for right now, especially it being 6 and not 3. Easy call to leave. And we'll explore a little bit more. Bi-state area, right there. One of them is Kasuto. We don't have the cross. We are not Joshi D right now. But we'll get a nice and free item. And it is fire. Fire could be... I don't know. We cast thunder before, I think. But if you idiots in chat want to keep your eyes open to see what fire could be, please let me know. EoN's reminding us it was Kasuto. And we found Rudo. And we must have gotten a spell, and I missed it. I'm looking at all the bad words Dick Shake is typing in chat, and I'm getting distracted. We'll fetch some water. And then we'll go turn it in. We'll get another spell here. Looks like Riku's taking a fast track here back to Mito. So he either got Jump or Fairy. There's Shield in Nubaru. I did hear the fire. but I am still unsure what it was. Maybe checking if it was fairy or jump. But speaking of jump, that's what Rikuplayer picked up in Rudo. And he's going to grab himself a downstab. Heart container on the desert tile. Riku gets a little bit greedy, but he can only learn one downstab. And he walks out of the town the incorrect way. Scorpion Max and Team Little Z will be very upset about that. P-Bag Cave for EoN. And there is the stupid idiot in P-Bag Cave. Really can only be fairy or spell, so maybe it's a good pickup. We know where Darunia is. It was the first town we found in this continent. Time to grab a little digger. Jump right on its head. That's how I would pick it up. Check and make sure it was indeed a lava tile. It was. And we have a cave. It is Kasuto Cave. The Kasuto pass-through. Riku's on the Eastern Continent. It's getting bodied right now. That Tektite was all up in his hurt box. Karate Stick has the right idea. So what are we looking for? Well, I guess we're looking for either 4 or 3. And one of them's guaranteed to be in the Valley of Death. So let's go. Let's go through. We don't have Fairy. So we're going to take our chance doing encounter skips. And dealing with invisible Moas, perhaps. There's one. There's 2 encounters so far. I'm not entirely sure she got that off. She was on the move when that happened. Nope, was not. Beeping, so pretty much guaranteed to get hit by the Moa here. There it is. We did pick up a little digger, so we got a couple more lives. I guess there's no better time to go through the Valley of Death than when you have a couple of extra lives. Palace 3. No glove, maybe hoping it was 4. Since she has Reflect and the Magic Key. I think Riku is arriving upon Palace 2 now. There it is. Let's see what he can do. We haven't confirmed it's blocked. We know we can get to the item room. And we also know we can get to Rikuplayer without the glove. And remember, EoN does not have downstab, or the means to get downstab. So this is a downstabless attack 4, life 4 Rikuplayer fight. Shield must be fire. Gets bopped there a couple times. Should almost be off his horse now. There you go. Stands up a little bit too soon and takes a death. 2 more lives left. Not going to try it. Not going to try it again. Maybe going to get this level. It's probably life 5. Worst room in the world to be in if you don't want to get hit. And that's even, I would consider that even to be worse. We're going to waste some magic here and cast Reflect. Nope, we're going to go for attack 5 here instead of life. So Riku finds the dead end that EoN found, the last of the dead ends before she got out of there. We are glove blocked from that direction, and we're contemplating it, and we are up and A-ing. So know where the boss is. We're going to come back. We're going to go back to the Western continent and reassess some situations here. So in up A-ing and going back to the west, you have to go back through Fairy Cave, possibly with these boots that she picked up, however. Maybe not. See if Riku arrives at the boots. He's in the palace that has them. Well, he does have jump, so he can go left in this direction. I have a great feeling that he's going to walk right. He's going to jump his way right into the glove block room. And boots make travel a lot easier. Let's see if she puts them to use on this continent. And she does. Remember, we're still looking for 4. Find fake desert tile. Dig Shake Cove right there. And we're going to try to head south. I believe we're blocked now. Now we are blocked. So boots on the eastern continent early on. Not really good for much. We can get on that river, though, and see where it takes us. Oh, it takes us nowhere. That's right. That was right into a cave. So yeah, we have to go through Dig Shake Desert, and it's leaning to the right today. So Riku left 2. Don't know if that was a game over or an up A. And we're at Darunia. We have the kid. Kid was in a pea-bag cave. Again, no means to get downstab or upstab. Maybe the kid will provide her one. It's either spell or fairy at this point, with the other one being in Nukasudo, which we have not seen yet. And Kid was required to get fairy. So EoN probably cares not to get the trophy now. Gonna make the opposite walk through the town. Pick up upstab on the way and refill the magic on the way out, most likely. Could possibly see an up A here to go get downstab. Nope, does not look like an up A. Gonna walk on out of here. We are in a new area, so maybe she does want to try to find Palace 4. And with Palace 4, you don't need downstab at all. Riku's gonna try his luck with the items in Maze Island. Sorry, not in a new area, but we did have the River Devil. That's right, she was blocked from walking around to a new area. There's a town right there. Is the bi-state area. We've seen this place before. This is down and around Maze Island. Still believe we haven't seen the second of the P-Bag Caves, and we have not seen the Glove or Palace 4. Or New Kasuto. So Riku's going to farm these, do a little science on these Nut Knuckles here. So he can get his next level. If he ever can get one to spawn, that'd be nice. He's going to give up. He's going to walk through. So he didn't get either item on Maze Island, the Heart Container or the Magic Key. He's got the hammer, he's got the raft. I'm just trying to double check here, make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't think he got the boots. No. Well, we have an item. Are we back in 1? We're back in 1. This is the item she had to give up earlier because she didn't have a key. And it is the trophy. Knowing it's either jump or spell, probably not going to cash it in. But is most certainly going to get downstab on the way back to the Eastern Continent. It's a little bit of a toss-up, a little bit debatable right now, whether she might want to just get Palace 5 done and out of the way. But we're almost an hour in, and we have not completed anything more than just Palace 1. We've seen the boss in 3. We think we've seen that Glover's required in 2. And we've never found 4. So there's still a lot of work to do in this seed. Those Nut Knuckles are worth 200. So Riku's going to be there for a little while. And there's attack 4. He may go for life 4 as well. Yeah, absolutely. Still needs the glove. Gonna fill up there and go get herself downstab. And Riku's going to try to find some of these items. That says downward, dig shake. Not whatever word you're thinking of. All right, downstairs required, so let's go back to the east now. Interesting to see if she goes right to 3 and gets another gem under her belt. But Riku will be very happy with this item, Magic Key. So, being the first to explore, and exploring as much as she did, Enchantress of Numbers doesn't have that big of a lead. Had to revisit 1 for the item, had to leave 3 because she couldn't beat the boss, didn't have downstairs. There's a heart container for Riku. His first one. Never found the glove. I mean, sure, she found the boots in 2, has some knowledge and stuff, but it's still one of those things. It's, you know, whoever arrives at the glove is going to be the one who's in the clear advantage. And regardless of what everyone did before that, it just seems like it's a wash at this point. More or less. I mean, there are certain advantages EoN does have. Like I said, exploration, the fairy spell, knowing what fire is, knowing not needing to grab another item for, or needing to grab another spell. Like, there are certain advantages, but Riku gets that glove first. It's a whole new different perspective. So the glove has a few possibilities of where it could be. Hammer Cave and Death Mountain. The water tile. I don't even think we've seen the water tile. The second P-Bag Cave. Either item in New Kasuto, because we haven't seen New Kasuto either. There's a whole chunk of the eastern continent that must contain New Kasuto, Palace 4, and the second P-Bag Cave, and the water tile. Because we haven't seen any of those. And then in your palaces, Palace 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, Buru is where Riku is right now. Kasuto was the fire spell, and Darunia was the fairy spell. So the spell is in New Kasuto. Riku picks up fire. He's in the bi-state area of New Buru and Kasuto. No, EoN is in 5. Gonna go through the eco key room. This room is basically free if you have fairy. Riku picks up the other heart container we know of right now. Well, just because we don't have a need to get any spell items right now doesn't mean the required item can't be in 5 or 4. This glove is doing a good job of playing hide and seek. There's the kid for Riku. That's going to get him the fairy spell. And the key on the porch, we don't need that. We're going to obey and get out of here. Take a different path. Absolutely wants to try to find the item. just in case it's the glove. But let's get Guma if we can. We lost EoN. Don't worry, I'm waiting. I got it covered. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. EoN's stream went down. It's back up again. We're gonna wait to sync it. It's no big deal. It happens. I think she beat Guma. Unfortunately, we didn't see it. So she just buzzed thundered Guma. And Riku's going to go back into 2. He never got the item in 2, I should point out. EoN's stream should be synced in about 20 seconds. Hold tight. You didn't miss much. She just placed the gem in 5. She does attack 1 challenge, so very good at this game. Very comfortable with bosses. At low attack, low life. I guess attack 1 challenge isn't really low life. All right, she's back up. Standard procedure: you find Guma, just get the hell out of there. This game's pretty good, Dig Shake. I do love it as well. I kind of disagree with that statement. Alright, we'll find the back end of Saria. What exactly are we looking for if we were Enchantress right there? Never turned in. Maybe if it was Rudo, she would have tried to turn in the trophy for spell. How drunk are Dig Shake and Choke Me I Like It right now from the scale of 1 to AF? Alan, what do you think? There's the boots. For Riku. So Riku's just basically all caught up. He just has to cash in the kid for Fairy, and he's down 1 gem. Enchantress is assessing her options. Maybe trying to figure out what was going on with her stream. I mean, Karate Stick, it's really that obvious, isn't it? Like, people think I'm joking when I say that. All right, let's see where EoN goes. Let's see, where is this one location we have not found in the Eastern Continent that contains all this stuff? Riku has given up on 2. It's pretty much a given that 2 is glove blocked. He got the boots out of it, so that's going to be a little bit helpful for him, though. Speaking of 2, EoN is in there for the refill. Really needs to try to find this other area. I can't even tell you, unless it's in the extreme southeast of the continent, I have no clue where it could be. Alright, boy, Riku, grab all the pea bags. And speaking of, here's the second of the pea bag caves, so maybe it was just right there. Right in the northwest there. On the opposite side of the mountain where you first start. Pea bag cave number 2's item is... a pea bag. Let's call that the candle bag. Because we're cool and we do meta things. I mean, we do memes and stuff. Alright, let's reassess the situation here. Items in 3, 4, 5, 6. Possibly glove blocks from the item in 3, though. So, 4, 5, and 6. This water tile we haven't found. Both items in New Kasuto, we haven't even found that place. And Hammer Cave in Death Mountain. What do you guys think the glove is going to be? Butter sword in the opening chest. I'm cool. All right, we're going to drive right by the bi-state area yet again. Somebody step on a duck in chat? Come on, man. You know, if I'm EoN, maybe I just go to 3 now. Just go do it. It's right there. You don't have to come back. You can up A and get right back to Palace 2. But maybe she's saving that for when she does have no other choices and may have to re-explore that for that to be the glove. Yep, we've already done that P-Bag Cave. P-Bag Caves in the Eastern Continent were the Candle Bag and the Kid. Riku finds the Dig Shake Cove, the dead end of swamp and nothingness. And just a red jar and sadness. Alan, it's Choke that's doing that? Let me know. I can take privileges away from him. Well, we saw this a long time ago. Kasuto passed through here. And we're going to take it for the first time. We're going to go jump through the other area. It's going to be the area with the bats and stuff, I believe. And spiders? Or is it the one with the 2 large enemies? 2 large enemies. I'm sorry. So it is very important to track Eastern Continent pass-through caves as well. So you know which ones don't match up in the opening area. If you never learned them, start learning them. Just so you can do exactly what EoN did, find that great area of nothing, and have to backtrack. So what are our options here, other than crying that this seed is unbeatable? there could be, and I'm really, really thinking lower southeastern of the continent. Maybe you can walk down from Maze Island with the boots. Kind of think that would have been an early option walking out of Maze Island to try. Would have had the boots by then because we got the boots in 2 on the way to Maze Island. We're going to try this cave. This might be the single screen Valley of Death cave. Riku grabbing all them pea bags. I'm gonna call him the pea bag guy. Well, we're in the lower southwest part of the continent right now. And there's the water tile. So we're south of Valley of Death right now. It is this whole third of the continent we've never seen. Water tile, Nukasudo, and Palace 4 all reside there. First, we'll get the cross on the water tile. And we'll find Nukasudo. Riku's in Nukasudo. Somehow beat EoN there. I was so enamored with the exploration stylings of Enchantress of Numbers that Riku just walked right into Nukasudo without even me realizing it. Old lady has a thing. We get a little fist bump on the way through. Both players passing each other. Rikuplayer grabbing the heart container first. EoN stabbing the heart and then taking it. Fill up our magic because we're gonna get the spell. Spell in Nukasudo. EoN has magic 3. Riku has magic 2. 96 MP. How much is it gonna cost? It's gonna cost 60, so that's good. He can cast it. Small chance, but it has been upwards of 100 at magic 2. And possibly more. Both players pick it up. And now it's time to see what is this item that's been waiting here this whole time for us to get at 72 minutes. It is the 7th magic jar. So Nukasudo was heart container, magic container. There was a candle bag. We're looking at Hammer Cave, Palace 3, Palace 4, Palace 5, Palace 6 for the glove right now. So get those votes in, please. No straw poll needed. You can just do it in chat. I can count up to like 2. There's only 2 people here watching. Oh, Riku's ducking into 4 and then ducking out. He's found the water tile. He must have found this area from the eastern side, where Enchantress found it from the western side. And 4 is absolutely, probably the best thing you can do right now. Place a gem, get some levels, rule out whatever this item will be. Both players have Reflect, both players have the magic key. Plenty of magic. I don't know how much Reflect costs at Magic 2, but he's got 112 MP, so should be no problem. Well, it doesn't really have to be in the palace, because it can be in Hammer Cave. But yeah, then it's 3, which is probably glove blocked from what we've seen. 4, 5, and 6. Never stop memeing. Required item could be in 4 or 5 yet again. Alan says Palace 5, playing the odds. Absolutely. Always a room you like to find early is that room with the crumble bridge. Guarantees at least 2 paths in the right direction, but most of the time 3. But if you are running into a dead end, you want that to happen right away. One room later, there is a dead end, so we're going to drop. Palace 6 for lock hole. Even Trollier would be 3. Since we've seen, or at least one player has seen enough of it to guess it is glove blocked. All right, drop number 1. There's no middle floor, so it's only a bottom floor here. We're gonna go right, and we're gonna find a dead end. So somewhere we're gonna find more right-hand turns. Possibly go left here, then go up an elevator and go right. EoN's doing a little maintenance to get out of that room. You know, I can't even off the top of my head, Alan, remember a specific race that had a glove in 3 or 6. I remember plenty of times where Raft was somewhere hidden, and we find the item room here for EoN. Raft was somewhere hidden, but then someone found the glove in like 5, while the other person just found the Raft. And there you go. Required item in 4. Talking earlier about who's going to get to the glove first. They're going to have a major advantage, blah, 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 and within a minute, both players are going to have the glove. Everyone show your support and love for the glove. Give them the choke finger, please. Alan, I think that's the way to do it. I think the way to do it is to do the glove, followed by the location the glove is in. I think you're onto something there. I think you just created something, my friend. Oh, we're going to go back to an elevator, take our next available right, and we're going to go find Karok. It's good. It's good. Good pattern there for EoN. Riku is going to be just behind. He might get bopped here, though. And he does, and he's going to take a death. And a game over. He gets wamboozled. Norman Chad emotes, please pay your respect to the fallen Riku. He had the magic. He didn't cast life. I believe, at least to believe after he cast Reflect that he had the magic. Maybe he didn't. I don't know how many herbs he has in his inventory or if he has a red or blue potion, but he took the bop nonetheless and has to do it all over again. Isn't this game fun? Don't you guys like watching this game? How it unfolds and, like, you know, the different strategies each runner has, the different ways they go about stuff. My favorite part is you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for being here this evening. EoN taking the Highlander bath just to get some more magic. Can't really say that's a Highlander thing, though, because it was intentional. Going back to 3, has the knowledge of where to go in 3. As Riku is now going to make his way back to Karak. So right before Riku died, I was going to just explain the differences between the two runners, how EoN only has a 1 gem advantage. They both do have the glove. It was in Palace 4. Riku has all the spells. EoN does not have jump. Jump's not really that big of a deal. But the difference was really only going to be in 1 gem and the knowledge of 3. But with that death, it's turned into 2 gems. And in the time it's taking Riku to get back to Karak, EoN's going to have defeated Ribonek and placed her 4th gem of the race. So just like that. This time does it with downstab and no issues whatsoever. It's quite possible that Riku did not have enough for life the first time through. But there you go. I marked it a little bit early, but it was inevitable. I don't know what this chest opening simulator 2000 thing you're talking about is, Alan, but I'll pass. Attack 8, EoN is setting up the Attack 9 get, either in Palace 2 or Palace 6. Palace 6 is on Maze Island. Palace 2 is a little bit in front of Maze Island. Possibly a little bit north here. Might be in this general vicinity. So one other thing EoN has over Riku is the exploration of the East. And that just played a big part right there. Riku found himself swimming through a swamp he had no business being in. And now he's going to be back on the Western continent. EoN is showing us that there are, in fact, 2 towns there. Thank you. Anyone remember that race where BGT spelt out Dig Shake sucks with the fairy as he was flying? That was hysterical. Oh no, post-game interview confirmed that's exactly what he did. I remember when Maze Island spelt up A as well. Speaking of up A-ing, nice transition. EoN is back in 2. Back in 2 and about a half an hour later, 40 minutes later. Let's see if she remembers the way where she thought she was going to be blocked. He confirmed he spelt F-U. I embellished a little bit and made it a little bit softer because Dig Shake's very fragile. Oh, both players are back in 2. So even with the up A, Riku gets to Palace 2 in the time it took EoN to go from 3 to 2. Ah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. A little real talk. I have my match with Vanki pretty early in the morning on Saturday. I don't even know what time I agreed to. And I just realized that right now. And remember, I have my Dragon Warrior randomizer race later on tonight. Actually, it's probably starting right about now. So both these players better hurry up. EoN's going to get a little bit of XP on the way. Kill that Mago. Hope to get enough for attack 9. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. All right, helmet head down. That was a very quick helmet head find for Riku. Got into Palace 2 later than EoN and was able to place the gem before. But right on his heels. EoN dispatches of Helmet Head. And she'll be back on her way to Maze Island. Has the required amount of XP. And let's see if she takes attack 9. Attack 9 guy is probably not going to show up. He probably doesn't even know what year it is. He might not have even been born yet. It is no month 1999. 9:25, 9:30 p.m. about. Oh, don't worry. If there's no restream from my race with Vonky, I don't know how to do this, but I'll probably provide a restream of it. And once it's done, I'll sync up both runners and we'll do that. I don't know, Countess. That race has not happened yet. All right, EoN's going to fill up here. Going to spread out. And this is a good play. I like always... Well, she already had attack 8. But I always like to use my 5th gem to spread out everywhere. This way, in case I find an early boss in the 6th palace I do, you just take whatever. Riku does up A in 6, finds the first dead end. This is our first look right now. I know the answer to that question. She marries Metroid. I believe. Alright, Riku's going to jump up and left here. This path to the right must lead to a dead end. And it does. EoN queues up Fairy, and he's going to take the easy way out through this room. No objections here. That room can EAD, if you know what I mean. Dig Shake, you down with EAD? Going to take a drop here after we find another dead end. We arrived at another dead end, but at least there's one path we don't know exists yet. Hey, we have a down elevator. And a path left. Riku needs to cast Fairy to get across this room. Here's one problem. Riku's still stuck at Magic 2. Life 3. He's doing the BGT, like, never ever change strats. Where everything's attack, keep magic and life very low, so you're always getting another attack level. This is where it bites you, though. Even with 7 magic containers and hitting that bubble, he can only cast Fairy once. So if he ever needs needs a life cast or whatever else he may want to cast. He might run into a problem. Alright, Riku is in the BGT room. No need for a counter. Is that a little outcast going on there? And look at that, the BGT room leads to Barbara. So Riku's the first on the scene. But EoN, once again, these players have been basically a room apart for the better part of 20 minutes now. And even before that, in Palace 4, before Riku's death, they were. They were both 2-1. So the winner moves on, the loser goes into the play-in race. And right now, EoN is moving on to Great Palace. Great Palace is in the west. Still a lot of game left, though. You never know what goes wrong. If only Countess knew how to get through that room, that would have changed the whole complexion of the tournament. Matchups would have changed. Like, it would have been totally different. All right, Riku's trying to get through Valley of Death here. This is definitely a situation where only being able to cast Fairy once is detrimental to him right now. He can get through each room, no problem, but then he has to decide what he wants to do. But that was the last encounter anyway, and he's in Palace 3, so... Probably should have let that play out a little bit before I started talking. Never stopped me before. And don't mind me, I'm just getting set up a little bit here for my tournament race. So I might be a little bit quiet. Never mind, we're in Great Palace, so I'll do this now. Great Palace, that thing that may or may not decide the race. Alright, right away, early elevator room, early Jackamus room, there's two alternate paths to take. So we'll just keep going right. We call this dig shake navigation. Got a nice little bridge room. Large enemy in the middle? No large enemy in the middle. It's nice and free. And goes right to a dead end. So we have down in Jackamus room and left in the first elevator room. Rebo is down here. Now Rikuplayer has to get back to the Western Continent for Palace 5 and then therefore Palace, the Great Palace thereafter. Oh, currently, right now, Countess, the stream went down. So maybe I'll catch it when it gets back up. I've been told the race has been delayed a little bit. So it looks like I have a little time. There's an elevator up there. So that's 3 additional paths to take, not including this fun room path. So there's a lot of options here. Down into the fairy room. Gotta check that clock. Waffle room. down there is that left and fairy room as well. So 4 alternate paths to take. That's quite a lot for GP before Thunderbird. Of course, if you go right and find Thunderbird, that's tremendous news. That means a lot of Great Palace could be behind you and Dark Link could be in the next room. It also makes you very scared of any drop room you find or drop rooms you choose to take. You have a choice of taking. It's a room with the jar and the statue, potentially. We're gonna go down. Nice corridor room. Go down again. Into the theater room. You know, what I haven't seen in a while is I haven't seen those corridor rooms stack up like 2 or 3 at a time lately. In fact, I rarely ever see them, and I wonder if that's a new thing. In one of the newer versions of the randomizer, it handles that differently. EoN drop. EoN doesn't drop. And I feel like the EoN drop is more of a psych out now than it is an actual practice. Because remember, she beat Amazing and Pharos by not taking the drop where he took the drop. But just like every other EoN room ever made, there's a dead end shortly thereafter. Buzz versus Link 7s will be happening. It'll be Dig, Shake, and I doing the restream. And we might not get to that tonight. EoN drop into the no jar drop room. And an elevator room, we've probably looped somewhere. Let's find out where it is. If we go right, there could be an elevator room or the Jackamus room. Let's see which one it is. It's the fairy room, so that was even a third option. We looped without even knowing we looped. It just means that this up path is something new. And it's a false bridge room, false floor room. So that was not even the elevator I was expecting to loop back into. Remember what we say, folks. Left in fairy room would have brought us to this direction much quicker, this drop room. Let's go down. Can we loop back to where we were? Well, we certainly could. We arrive at the L7 room. Get through this waffle room. Meanwhile, Riku is in 5. This is his last gem. We find the second of the false floor rooms, the one with the chicken in the middle on the top step. I feel like I don't see that one a lot, that room. And, well, one room we can drop into later on. So we got to be careful of this. Fairy room. Or an alternate fairy room. Elevator up, huh? Interesting. Another false floor room, another room to the right. We've only seen 2 dead ends of the 3. I'd be very scared right now, not knowing where my opponent is, that I'm going to arrive at a dead end up A and then be sent all the way back. Or, you know, like, just find Thunderbird or whatever. It's not my race. They can do whatever they want. EoN checking to see if she can put on any add-ons, shield or reflect. Cannot. Gonna right this pendulum. There we go. And there you go. Attack 8, Thunderbird. No problem for EoN. So much of the Great Palace exists before this room that I'm almost expecting Dark Link in the next room. But we do have the satisfaction of this drop room, knowing that it can't loop back. It's going to probably be the drop room where you land and there's a jar. Yep, this is the jar one. We'll go right. We're going to look for the jar first. Oh, it's never there. Never there when you want it. There's actually 2 jars in that room. If you guys don't know that, there's one in the 3rd column as well. But there is Dark Link. Pinball Joe has arrived. Everyone knows how to greet him. And we have a Dark Link fight for EoN. Hey, Joe, how drunk do you think Dig Shake is right now? Well, Riku's seen enough of the area he's been in Palace 5, he up A's. And EoN is now done. So, good game right there. Very well played for Glove in 4 for EoN. Had a couple of hesitation moments going back into 1 looking for the item, and exploration in the east was pretty tricky to find that lower third of the continent that contained New Kasuto, Palace 4, the water tile, and inevitably Palace 4 had the glove. And there it is. 1 hour and 40 minutes and 9 seconds, according to her timer. I am not signed into IRC right now. You got that right, Joe. So when EoN's stream went down, we didn't see the last half of Palace 5 or her Attack 4 fight with Guma. Riku does it with Attack 8. And there you go. Places his 4th gem, and he'll be on his way to Great Palace.
Thanks, Gimmick.
You're welcome. We got Riku on the line. Riku, how you doing? Nope, he's still playing.
You know, we're still ahead of average, so I'm happy about that at least.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh, I got it. EoN's listening to his stream to see where he is. Try to get both runners here. Neither of them likes me too much, so they probably don't want to talk to me, but, you know, still rooting them on nonetheless. And we'll watch Riku. Riku is talking on his stream, so I'm not going to be able to get audio for you. But if you guys in chat want to sing along to the music that's obviously playing in your head because you heard it 800 times this week, please feel free to do your best impression of this theme song using emotes only. I'll allow that. So how many rooms does Riku have to go through for the ultimate path? Well, he's got to go right in this room. He's going to fight in a dead end. Then he's going to have to go all the way back. And all the way back means 2 rooms. There is a quicker path than EoN took. And it does surprisingly mean going left in Fairy Room. But interesting to note that EoN beat this palace, taking the EoN drop and going right into Fairy Room, but then going left out of Fairy Room. So actually covered every single meme in this race, and did so in an hour and 40 minutes. So we'll go down to the fun room. We're going to find the fairy room. This is where we go left. But most players do go right first to get some health. Oh, he's going to drop right into the lava. Oh, he saved it. Nice save. Raise your hand if you made an emote that you can't spell. It's waffle room time. This is the way EoN took. It's the longer way. Gets the job done. He's just got to stay alive, stay healthy. He's 868. Full life because of fairy. Decides to add a little bit more difficulty to this room. So he's going to take the path directly in front of and on top of the rope, knocking him down like 1 1/4 bars of health. No big deal. Gets through the statue jar room, down the corridor room, and into the theater room. Big decision coming up. No decision because there's a dead end, but initially there's a decision. Take the EoN drop or don't take the EoN drop. Let's see what happens. I don't know. You just lost to Enchantress of Numbers. I don't know how you don't just stop there and drop. But, I don't know. He's got composure. He's going to make his way right. And he's going to find the dead end. He does the BGT stab the block on the other side of the screen as he's exiting trick. And we're back in the EoN drop. And we have nothing else left to do except backtrack 8 rooms or go down. We're going to go down. No jar here. This will lead us to an elevator room. And he's going to find out he looped in about 3 seconds. Wait for it. And there it is. Nice little fireball there prevented him from walking directly into the lava. He might have been waving at someone in chat when that happened, so that was definitely a good thing. So we'll make our way out of here, and then we'll take a drop. Get that chicken over. Get him out of the way. This is one of the rooms I like better in mixed small and large enemies. I feel like it favors the player. Take the drop in the L7 room. Into the L7 room. Get through another waffle room. The most direct path through a waffle room is, of course, up and left. And then falling down and then stabbing your way out. Makes a nice staircase there. Goes up. Falls down. He's setting a record in the tournament for most staircases built in a great palace. I believe he's up to 7. Or maybe 8. Get this nice fairy room. Take this room in. You don't see it too often. Makes the jump that time. He's not going to build a staircase. He's just going to use the one that exists. And we've arrived at Thunderbird. So we have to take a death here. He is attack 8, life 8, so I don't think there's too much of a concern that he's going to game over and have to do this all again. If he does, we can only hope that he does remember that that fairy room is a quicker direction. But he's got this. Make sure he's casting heal more instead of hurt more. Doesn't want to make that mistake again. Riku does a nice short pendulum. Doesn't make Thunderbird swing all the way. But does a good job of avoiding fireballs. So as we know, we're going to have a drop room here if this chicken would just get out of the way. See if Riku goes for the jar. Does not. He does. Oh, and there it is. You have a 1 in 256 chance of getting that jar, and you got it. Defied the odds. And he's arrived at Darklink. And there you go. Whoa, I didn't stop the timer. I reset the timer. I don't know when the proper time to reset the timer is either on loss of control or on final kill. So Rikuplayer finished up at about an hour and 52 minutes to Enchantress of Numbers, hour 40. What that means is Enchantress of Numbers moves on at 3-1 to the bracket round, and Riku goes into the play-in race. The up to 12, 13, 14 person player race, vying for 4 spots, I believe it is. Possibly 3 or 4 spots. Remains to be seen. Remember, still to come is Buzz Thunder versus Link Sevens. That one might be on a tape delay. And tomorrow morning... Let me just get my windows sorted here. We have a few races tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Vonky, which translates to Little Sparkle in Dutch, and Angry Larry, which translates to Bose Larry in Dutch. I don't know what that means. Ryan Sevens versus Tristal at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have the main event, ladies and gentlemen, at midnight or 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night. We have everybody who is 0-3 playing at once. So I believe it's a 3-way race because either Sleepy Mario is not getting back to people or has conceded his last race or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be the Alan Heffley, Simple Dude, and Choke Me I Like It in a 3-way 0-3 race. So it should be good. Somebody needed to update that Nightbot. They're going to get fired. So again, Vonky versus Larry, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's on Saturday. Ryan 7 versus Tristal, 3 p.m. And the 3-way 0-3 race. Did I say 0-3 play-in race? No, it's just an 0-3 race. Winner gets nothing but a pat on the back. and a GG for me. So that does it. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I know it's been a long night. There's been a lot of racing going on and a lot of restreaming and stuff. I appreciate you guys keeping me company and supporting this tournament and the racers in the tournament. Make sure you check out those races tomorrow and check out the randomizer page for more information about scheduling for the play-in race, the 2-and-2 play-in race, and the brackets and the bracket reveal show and all that stuff. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.